Zozo,
Buck.
you got the sniffles?
I do have the sniffles.
Do we need to get you a box of Kleenex?
That might be helpful, especially with what we're going to dive into today.
Yeah.
But I think more importantly, we need to get you a glass of water. Why don't you tell everybody why your voice sounds that way?
We'll get into it. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Easy Does It with Zoe Boyd.
And the Emma Buckles.
This is a little bit of a sad episode today.
Sad but happy.
Sad.
Happy but sad.
Sad, but with tones of happy. This is our first week off post the regular season. We didn't make playoffs, which was heartbreaking. And so we've all kind of just, it's literally still so fresh. Just a lot of gratitude for the season.
Mm-hmm.
How you feeling, Zoe?
Grateful.
Yeah.
Grateful. Bummed.
Mm-hmm.
But excited.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling, Buck?
Yeah. Like, I think, this group was so amazing. So it's kind of weird to think that, we're not going to have that exact same group again. Very bittersweet. So much love for the girls in that locker room and such an amazing team. So
Great group.
But yeah, so we just got back from Toronto a few days ago. And Zoe and I were reflecting on, what we should do for this podcast since this wraps up the PWHL Ottawa inaugural season.
Yeah.
And we thought,
damn, when you say it like that, it's really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we thought, what would be better than to ask you guys, the fans, what were some of your favorite highlights from this inaugural season? There was so many incredible moments.
Mm-hmm.
And just like thinking about that highlight reel.
Yeah. Too many to choose from for us. So that's why we had to outsource, see what the fans wanted to hear about.
Yeah, so let's talk about it. There was a bunch of comments from you guys. Appreciate you guys letting us know kind of, what stuck out to you, and we're excited to share them with you guys today. So
yeah, the first one for me that stood out the most that was left in the comments was the home opener, of course. Yeah. Which, Buck, you weren't with us for
I was
this.
not.
You weren't with us for that, but we missed you.
Yeah.
You were there in spirit. But it was really just the most surreal experience.
I was going to say, there were so many people that were commenting on, the home opener, the LED lights. Take me through it, Zoe. Take me through your experience that day, like going into the rink, I think before your first PWHL game.
Yeah. I don't think there was a body in the building that wasn't like goosebumps all over it, like in that moment. But it was so surreal. Like, I don't think we really knew fully what to expect. Mm-hmm. Like, it was still like, I hope we get like a good turnout. Like, I hope we had known like there was gonna be a lot of fans there, but I could never have imagined what it would feel like. Like, it was just incredible. Even, from the get-go, like having security take us to warm up and stuff, it was like, okay, like this is kind of the real deal.
Yeah.
And like you could tell like the vibes, like the electricity in the air, like we're all just like so fired up that we get to finally play a PWHL game.
Yeah.
And I remember like we get dressed and we're about to go out there for warm-ups. And I'm kind of thinking like this is going to be cool. Like you'd play like big games before, and like there'll be a decent crowd, and warm-ups is like kind of cool. You're like skating around and like thinking like, I don't know, you just get that like game rush. But this was like unlike anything I've ever experienced. Like first step out on the ice, like you just an overwhelming noise of just the crowd roaring.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember looking up, and the entire barn was packed. There wasn't a seat to be had. And every single person was on their feet screaming. And like I get goosebumps just talking.
I was
I
just
have
about to say, I'm
like,
looking at my arm right now. I have goosebumps when you're talking about it.
I almost hit the floor because I was like, I blacked out because I can't even tell you, like, my body was lit up. Like, I felt like out of body. Like, it was just insane.
Right.
And just like that feeling of like, holy crap, like, people are here, they care.
Right.
I don't even know, Buckles, I wish you could have experienced it, because just that moment was insane. And that feeling didn't go away for the entire game.
Right. I remember I was watching it back in my house in Boston at the time. And it looked so electric. I just remember watching Scams score the first goal. And I was just like, well, there was like a close call. There was a goal that was called back.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone went nuts. And then it was like, wait, it got called back. So there was already like so much building in the game there. And
yeah, that was a great goal too. It was Bucky.
Yeah.
She took it down the ice and tucked it in, but the goalie got the net off, so it just slipped right under the post.
It.
But when that goal went in, another like just surreal moment. Even though it didn't count, just the crowd, everything was electric.
But I remember, it's funny because I wasn't with you guys at the time, but I remember clearly Scams' first goal. Mm-hmm. The first one of the year for you guys. And like, yeah, the crowd, just the response. I was like, I had goosebumps watching. So I can't imagine being on the bench, what you guys were feeling. And
no. It was insane. Like, I remember having to check in with Dell multiple times because I was like, Dell, I don't know what to do. Like, I can't feel my fingers. I can't feel my stick. Like, I can't feel my body. And she's like, Zoe, I've been blacked out this entire time. I can't tell you what's happened. I like, don't even know how to skate. Like, I can't. Like, that was the feeling. Like, I was like, I don't remember how to skate. Like, I just felt like, I can't even put words to it.
Adrenaline running through the blood and veins.
Yeah, was.
That's so awesome. And that was a great game. You guys against Montreal.
It was a great game. The response, even when we lost, was also overwhelming. Like, the fans still gave a standing ovation. Like, it was so special. Like, remember, we were all at center ice and we had just lost, so obviously that's a bummer. But in the same breath, like, first PWHL Ottawa game, and the barn's packed, and it was just us at center ice, like, saluting the crowd and standing ovation. And that standing ovation lasted so long. Like, nobody was going anywhere. It was just like the most. I've never felt so much pride and just.
It was probably like an aha moment. Like, wow, we're here. And this is happening.
Like, we did it.
And yeah, like, all the women that came before us, like, that, it was like the peak of the mountain. You guys were looking up at the top.
And I think, like, I can vividly remember looking at Jenny, and, like, she gets that, like, proud mama look on her face.
Yes.
Like, she, like, looked up at the crowd, and that was just equally as cool to me to see someone who's done so much and, like, fought for so long, and finally getting to that point.
Wow. I have goosebumps right now. Holy smokes. Wow. So that was a big highlight. That was a big highlight for sure. Another one that people kept sending in was talking about the season ticket holder events and the fan fest and the autographs post games, just meeting us. It was so much fun. It was so much fun to meet the fans. Like we were saying, that surreal feeling when we were out on the ice to finally, put names and faces together and meet a bunch of, like, little girls that are going to be in our spot one day. And, also fans from all over. There was somebody that left a comment that said that they came from Australia to watch our game. And that was their highlight.
It's crazy. I saw somebody in the stands with a New Zealand sign. Came all the way from New Zealand too, which is just that is wild to me, and it's so incredibly cool that the outreach of the league, and
Yeah, like just the small interactions, like some of my biggest highlights this year as well, like getting like the friendship bracelets, you know, doing, what is it, like the exchanges over the glass with the rock paper scissors, like with the signs, all that type of stuff. Yeah, I know those moments are great for everybody, but yeah, those moments are really special for us as well. So
yeah, I think they really make it, like, just like getting to meet the fans, and it's the little things.
It's the little things for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, we love those events as well, and can't wait for next year for more of those, and to get to know you guys more. I can't wait. So
the next memory that someone submitted was about the Pride game that we had. Yeah, which some might say was an electric night for many reasons.
We talked about it a little bit in episode 1.
Yeah. The signage, the colors, it was like foliage in the crowd.
Yeah, it was crazy actually.
And that was a special game against Boston.
That was a big one for us.
Maraska is our shining star.
The shootout
game because
winner.
Yeah, shootout winner. She got 2 shootout goals in that OT shootout.
Yeah, a bunch of people also said, Maraska's shootout winner against Boston was one of their highlights, and it was one of mine too. That was one of the sickest goals I've ever seen.
Yeah, and lit my body up. Like, I think I jumped like 6 feet in the air. That was probably my PR on vertical jump.
But yeah, no, that was a fun game. Just to obviously celebrate such a huge community. To make sure everyone knows that they feel welcome and
sisters in that community.
So great game, great outcome. Maraska, huge highlight of the year. That was unreal, that shootout goal.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, another one we got in. The people loved our win over Toronto, breaking their streak at 11 games.
That's one of my highlights too.
That game, we go down 2-0. Spooner, incredible season so far. I know that she's going to have a huge playoff run as well. But yeah, she puts 2 away against us. And what do?
We answer.
We picked up that call.
When Spooner comes a knocking, we answer.
And who picked up that call specifically?
Starts with J and rhymes with Benner.
Actually, it's a different person, but typically it would. It starts with J. It actually starts with D.
And ends with Errol?
Yeah. Miss Daryl Watts. Hat trick. A lot of people love that. That was one of my highlights too, seeing Daryl. You know, she's such an incredible player, and the stats really showed it that night.
She's fun to watch.
So, Daryl Watts' hat trick, 5-3.
You know what was my highlight from that game? Obviously Daryl's performance, but hearing the crowd chant, "End the streak! End the streak!" with 10 seconds left, I was like, there's no way this crowd is so
like
savage.
Once again, like when you're talking about the home opener, it's like it was one of those moments where like when everyone was like united and like I don't know, you could just feel the energy.
Yeah.
I like it. You know, we truly, I think we say it, but I don't know if we say it enough that we have the best fans, and we felt it that day. It gave us that extra energy kick that we needed, and we got that 5-3 win over Toronto.
The next memory that I want to talk about was our game on April 20th.
Yeah.
Which was against Minnesota. And that was one to remember for a multitude of different reasons.
Right.
That I would like to share.
Absolutely.
The first one is because our fearless leader, Papa J, got a hat trick.
It was a hattie to remember. And Jenny, incredible player. Once again, sometimes the stats show it. in that evening, and that night did. And just to see her get that praise, and she works so incredibly hard on and off the ice. And yeah, let's just say that the reward came in, and it came in a pretty flashy way to get that 3-puck stack photo. So
yeah,
that was awesome.
And what else happened that game, Buckles, you might ask? Somebody by the name of Mash ended up skating onto the ice with her skate guards on.
This might be my highlight of the season. People did submit this as one of their highlights. Embert Smashmeyer. One stat to toss out before this. Her shutout. And an incredible performance, and maybe she needs to start wearing her skate guards more onto the ice, because she was lights out that game. Mash sent me a clip that someone sent to her that captured the moment, but oh my goodness, so funny.
So funny.
My favorite thing is just seeing all the girls just continue to skate by like nothing happened, and then Scams came in and actually helped her out.
I know, that was nice. God bless him.
Yeah, Scams is a sweetheart. So, but yeah, that was so good. So good. Next one was our Motor City game in Detroit. That was such an incredible game. It was just cool to play for a different market, go to Detroit. And, the fans really showed up and loved it. Mm. And the one specific moment, it was a really tight game. Obviously, we didn't get the result that we wanted, but there was one moment in the game, and somebody submitted this, that it was so incredible to hear the whole crowd cheering and then singing Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
It was one of those moments when another goosebump moment where it was just it kept going. Like we started play again. They cut the music, but the crowd kept saying "You belong with me." It was one of those special core memories for me. Like I'll hold on to that forever. 'Cause first of all, I'm a Swiftie. And second of all, I don't know. It was just someone tweeted it. It was like the peak of girlhood. And just really special. Another submission was, and this one really got me, was people just talking about how when they were coming to our games, they were learning about hockey and how games just brought people together. Like they would run into old teammates. And that's just like so special. Like, at the end of the day, it's like, it's so cool to be a part of something so much greater than yourself. And the fact that, it builds community. And the fact that we brought the game to a place where other people are interested in learning the sport and, potentially enrolling and signing up and lacing up a pair of skates. It's so cool to me.
Yeah. And I feel like just like women empowerment in general, like the amount of like people who are just so proud to be there.
Right.
Because it's such a big moment for not just female hockey players, but women in general. I think that was super cool.
So just to think that, our games, we added more fans to the game of hockey and brought old friends together again. It's just super special. So TD Place, it was a meeting of new minds and people. So super fun.
It's beautiful. Well said, Buckles.
Was that poetic? I think it was pretty poetic. I don't know how it came out.
I think we should put that on a t-shirt.
Merch is coming. Yeah. Merch is coming soon. Okay, actually, I do have to mention this. Zoe, a lot of people also mentioned one of their highlights was you dancing at FanFest.
Can you blame them?
Can you walk me through that? What song was playing?
Mambo number 5.
And
why?
Yeah.
Because I was asked, what is your go-to karaoke song? And Mambo number 5 just popped in my mind. Because who doesn't love to sing to Mambo number 5? And if you're singing to Mambo number 5, you can't help but move your hips to Mambo number 5. So it just was organic.
It seemed really organic.
Got a little bit carried away.
Yeah. But the people loved it. And you're for the people.
For the people.
And I think you went viral on TikTok too. It's just, I mean, those hips don't lie.
No, they don't.
I understand why it went viral, but that's pretty awesome.
Thanks, Buck. I have a little one I would like to share of my own personal favorite memories. Yeah. It's actually a recent memory. That occurred.
Okay. So, fans, thank you so much for submitting.
Yes.
Those. I would love to kind of do more of these because we want to hear your guys' thoughts and feelings and but now I think we have a couple of personal memories that you guys don't know. So
thank you to the fans.
Jesus.
We love you guys. Seriously.
No, seriously. So much love. Like,
seriously. Love. We love you.
No, like, seriously.
No, I'm so serious.
No, like, guys, we're being serious.
Like, I'm in love with the fans. Anyway, can I tell you about my...
Please tell me. Is it insightful?
Is it insightful?
Yeah.
Of course.
What you're about to...
Yeah, so...
Hit me.
This is one of my favorite memories, which happened not too long ago. We happened to be on a rock-solid bus. Probably the nicest bus I've ever ridden on in my life. I've had the pleasure of driving on.
Yeah.
And the one downfall to this perfect bus was that it had a particular smell coming from the...
where was it coming? I don't know.
From the toilet area.
Did we ever determine, was it the toilet?
It was the toilet.
All right.
And I know what you're thinking. You're probably like, okay, we know what that probably smells like, but no, this was different. This was different.
It like burned our eyeballs. Like
a sweet scent.
Yeah.
But you could say bittersweet.
It was like a cherry Halls, but like so much worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like sticking your head in a tub of air freshener.
Yeah. So yeah, there was just a lot of senses, and what are you about to get at?
And we didn't know what to do about this because we were starting to lose brain cells from the fumes. So.
And we need all of them that we can get.
We do. We're running low. So, and our fearless warrior, Miss Buckles herself, decided to take matters into her own hands and head into the bathroom with a garbage bag and some tape to cover that bad boy up to try and mask the smell. So, we really appreciated her bravery for that. But.
This took a turn, though.
It took a turn for the worst.
Yeah.
After she got the covering done, Miss Buckles came out of the bathroom and she was proud to announce that she had put a Band-Aid on the problem when she was just about to walk out and the door slammed on that little pinky finger of hers.
I'm getting out! I'm getting out!
Oh my god! Oh my god! We're okay! It's okay! Ah!
No! Not your finger blasters! Are you okay? Ah! That's funny, guys. Ah! Your finger. It's broken! Our fallen soldier! You need ass. She snapped
Put it up, girl. There she is.
This old thing.
Buckles, you're a survivor, and I'm so glad that your pinky still is attached. It doesn't look pretty, but it's honest.
It's not pretty. It's not pretty, but you know what? I would do it all over again, knowing that girls. I would do it for the girls.
Buckles is the most for the girl that I've ever met. So let me just throw it
But
out
the
there.
worst part was, I think the bus driver ripped the garbage bag off immediately at the next stop that we took, which was like 10 minutes later. So heroic, but you know what? It didn't last long.
It was pointless.
It was pointless.
Yeah, but
thank you for sharing that. So
you're welcome.
That was one of your highlights, was my broken pinky.
We love you.
Thank you. You know what? Actually, one of my favorite memories that I think a couple of you noticed, because I saw them in our comments as well, was the defense national anthem. And what I'm talking about is, before every game, we obviously have the starting lineup out, and then all of us on the bench. And this started from Miss Amanda Boulier.
Ms. Boothang herself.
Boothang. And yeah, we would just sing the national anthem, and we would cover our mouths, because I mean, I would be doing percussion because someone has to, right? Like, it adds to all of it. And Belty would typically be, you know, lead singer. And this is something that the decor would always do. And I think whenever the camera would pan to us, just before the game during the national anthem, everyone would be like, yeah, the D covering their mouths was one of their highlights. But
We were a symphony, some might say.
little did you guys know that an a cappella group was being born on that bench. Pipes weren't good, but the passion was there. And so that was one of my favorite memories, and just all the laughs in the locker room. And yeah, I don't know. This group, I can't say it enough. It was such a blast. Well, Zoe and I are pretty excited because we officially have our first guest on EAZY Does It. And we thought nobody better than Aane Shiga.
The one and only, in the flesh.
Aane, what's going on?
Say hi, Baka.
Hi.
Okay.
Baka, I have some questions to ask you.
Aane, fan favorite. People love you. I actually,
Just worldwide favorite.
worldwide favorite. There was people, you were in a bunch of people's highlights there were signs, like people lining up to meet Aane Shiga. So, Zoe, let's ask a few questions that we have. I would love to pick your mind.
Baka, I've been very curious about some things that I want to ask you about. Okay? The first thing I want to know is, what is your favorite thing about Canada, since this is your first time living in Canada?
人が優しいところ。
Aww, Bucky!
That's so nice! I wish I was sitting over there with you guys.
No,
This
stay
is-
over there. We're good over here.
Oh, that's really
that's
sweet.
nice, Bucky. I want to know what your favorite memory from the whole season is.
じゃあ開幕戦。
Oh,
No,
yeah.
Basic answer. No offense, Baka. That's basic.
Okay, Aane, I have a hard-hitting question for you, and you have to have a very well thought out answer and reasoning behind it. Who is your favorite teammate? Oh, she knows this one. No translation needed.
クリスティン。
Kristen Delaware. Wellness check on Zoe. Wellness check on Zoe.
I think this interview's over.
Yeah, it's done. And that's all we had. Thank you, Aane.
Okay, Baka, that was brutal. I know it's not true, so I'm not that offended, but I want to know, Baka, what do you miss most about Japan?
日本食
Can you elaborate a little bit? I thought you loved cheeseburgers.
Okay, wait.
Hamburger.
For context, at the beginning of the year, whenever you guys would go out, Aane would order a hamburger, and they were like, "This girl loves hamburgers."
No,
like,
it was like word on the team that Baka loves hamburgers because they don't have them in Japan. So she just like
which
orders
is false. That's
every
just false.
chance that she gets. She loves hamburger.
And she kept ordering them, but the real reason was that's the only thing she knew to say. What was it? The only thing that you knew how to say,
It was the only thing she knew on the menu.
right?
Hamburger. She used to say, no tomato. I said, wow, this girl can't get enough of hamburgers. Oh, Baki. Baki, what is the craziest thing that you've learned being in Canada?
日本人より自由
That's a good answer. You enjoy living in Canada? Yeah. What's your favorite food? What's your favorite Canadian food?
Not hamburger.
ビーバーテール美味しかった
Oh,
That's a good one. What's your beaver tail order? Do you have like a go-to?
Maple.
Oh, yeah.
She loves maple syrup. You love maple syrup, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I have one more question for Baka.
Absolutely.
Baka, do you have any questions for us?
うーん
She's...
じゃあ
There's
あかねの好きなところ
Where do I even begin? Aane, you're... I'm going to leave Zoe for last because she's going to keep going. But you're one of the sweetest people I've ever met. The fact that you joined this team not knowing the language, just such a different like culture for you, it's just like so cool. And we all looked up to you because of that. Truly, we're so happy that we met you and that you're in our lives now, and we're gonna crash your house in Japan. So we can't wait.
Thank you
Okay, now Zoe, we'll be here for another hour.
Oh, Baka. I don't like much about you, but what I do like is that you are one of the funniest little chicken nuggets that I've ever met in my life. And they're cute, so cute.
Thank you for coming on to our podcast today. We appreciate it. And I think this concludes
Arigato.
Arigato.
Arigato. Genki. Ciao.
Bye
Bye, everybody. Thank you so much again for watching, and we'll see you guys soon.
Rock on.
Thanks for watching. My pinky. Yeah.
Get out of my house.